Welcome, and this is a rant video. I'm going to send a caution out right now because as you can tell by the title, it says disappointing or thrifting disappointments. And this is August. We're in the middle of August right now, and I tell you, I have been disappointed in the past week or two, and I'm going to go over just a couple of things that happened in the thrifting realm that has disappointed me. Today I went to my second estate sale, and to say it was a fail is putting it mildly. I showed you some of the pictures in the beginning intro. I showed you the videos, and when I looked at the pictures, the photos online at estatesales.net, I thought, oh, this should be a very, very nice estate sale to go to. It looks like they have a lot of stuff. It is 2 days also. But when I got there, I was so disappointed. The only thing that I bought, and I was there for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, was this silk Michael Kors shirt, woman's shirt, silk. And this was $5. So the clothing was $5. The shoes were $8, I think, and the purses were $10. All junk, all mall stuff. The shoes were plastic. I mean, seriously, they were plastic. There wasn't vegan, there wasn't fabric, it was plastic. And the purses, just no-name purses. No Kate Spade, no Anne Klein, nothing like that, just purses. The clothing, again, mall stuff. Forever 21, Lulu's, Ann Taylor, Shein. So the amount of time that I was there, this was all I got for $5, Michael Kors. So that was disappointment number one. Disappointment number two, as you can see in the title, Depop. I was over at Justin Resells, and I'll put his link in the description. He's one of my favorite resellers. I like to watch him shop. And he said he was doing very well on Depop. And I've heard other resellers say that Depop, they get a lot of sales from Depop. Well, I decided to list some things on Depop. And I got 2 offers, which I accepted, and 2 no pays. No pays. Nobody paid, even though I accepted probably the lowest offer that I could tolerate. And then I went to Reddit, to the Reddit forums. I said, well, if Depop is so great, why didn't these customers pay after they made the offer? So I went to Reddit forums, which I seem to be hanging out a lot recently. And there were so many complaints about Depop from both the buyers and the sellers. So I said, well, that's it. That's enough for me. I'm going to pull all my listings down, and I did pull my listings down. You know, if it's working on eBay, if it's working for me on eBay, Posh, and Merc, I'm going to stick with those 3. And the sales are coming in with those 3. So with that, I leave you with, I'm going to go out again this week, and I'm going to attach that video onto the back of this one. And at the end of that video, I'm going to list the sales that I had in July. But I was just, I don't know, I'm going to stick with thrift stores and rummage sales and yard sales. My experiences this year with estate sales, I just don't know if I can go back out to another estate sale. So the last thing I want to leave you with, I bought this little bitty thing. I bought this little bitty case, I think from Amazon. Yeah, from Amazon. And this is what they sent it in. Okay, can you see that? They put this little bitty case in this big box. And I wish someone could explain to me, if you're in shipping especially, why do you do that? Because this could easily have slipped into an envelope. But here you've got paper stuffing and you got a box. Now, luckily, I am a Prime member with Amazon, so, you know, shipping is free. But I just wonder, this just seems to be such a waste. Okay, well, I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for listening to my rant. Bye-bye. Good afternoon. Okay, this is the second part of the haul, the second video of the haul. And the first video, I went to an estate sale and I had a little rant, as you recall. And this video is going to be my visit to Out of the Closet. Now, my phone pinged and Out of the Closet said, hey, we're having a $2 bins sale on Sunday. So I always try to go to their $2 bins because they have a lot of stuff and they have a really good brand selection. So I'm going to show you what I got. I got 14 pieces, $2 each, so that's like cost of goods, $2. Do the math. Okay, so let's get started. I just want to also remind you to look at my What Sold videos under my channel. And I'm just taking selective sales and putting them up there because some of you probably think, well, does she ever sell anything? Yes, I do. And I make a nice profit and I make a little bitty profit. That's just the way it is. Okay, I hear a humming. I don't know if that's my TV. Let me turn this down because I don't know where that's coming from. I hear a humming. Okay, let's get started. This is Ava and Viv. Now, the thing about Out of the Closet, if you've been watching my other videos, they have, their clothing is more modern, you know, the more modern brands. I don't know, besides donators like me who bring things in, I don't know where they get all their other stuff because when I walked in today, imagine a small bedroom and you have wall to wall to wall to wall boxes full of nothing but clothing and shoes. And there was boxes on top of tables and they kept bringing in bins. You know, it's like going to the bins except it's a smaller area. All right, so again, I don't know where they get all this clothing from. All right, so this is Ava and Viv. Not the best brand to sell, but it is a big size. And I like that print. So that was $2. Hopefully you can see that. Nice little tie-dye print. Now, normally I price all of these items, since they were $2, I'm going to price it at 10 times the value, so about $20. This is, oh, and by the way, I have to tell you about the lady who's the reseller. And she wouldn't give me her name. She wouldn't tell me where she resells. But she was giving me stuff. You know, she was picking out clothing and she said, oh, this is a good brand. Here, take this. This is a good brand. Here, take this. This is one of those brands I asked her about. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. It's called Paris Atelier. I'm going to hold it up again. Paris Atelier. I never heard of this brand. So it's a nice striped. Okay, there it is. It's a striped top. Stripes are in. Stripes will always be in. So we'll see how this does. But she, like I said, she was giving me brands that she, and I asked her, I said, well, why aren't you taking these brands? And she said she was a full-time reseller, and she knows what her clients want. So I guess they don't want J. Crew. Here's a nice little J. Crew top. And Paris Atelier. I don't know. I just don't know. But she was giving me brands, and she was saying, well, this is a good brand to sell. This is a good brand to sell. Okay. All right, so that's J. Crew. She gave me this polo, and I'm starting to fall back in love. I'm falling back in love with Ralph Lauren polo. For a while, I wasn't doing too well with Ralph Lauren. But this is your basic polo shirt. It's got the little, see the little pony there? All right, so Ralph Lauren polo. Now this is Puma, and I love the print. And a lot of this is going to go to consignment. I can just assure you of that. This print is lovely. So this is Puma. And straighten this collar out. And I did sell a Puma to Crossroads a few weeks back, so I know that this is a name that they like. Okay, what is this? This is, oh, Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm always excited. I don't see this brand a lot, Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't see it in their stores a lot, so I'm happy to see this, and also Hollister. That's another one that's hard for me to see. Oh, and if you remember from the first video, I said that I had given up on estate sales. I think I just had it with them, and I'm going to try to stick with my tried and true, which are rummy sales, yard sales, and thrift stores. All right, this is Banana Republic. This is another one that she gave me. And she said, you know, this is a good brand to sell. Okay, it's a nice print. I like that. Banana Republic does okay for me. I'll just say okay. This is a man's shirt. I am not having success with men's shirts, dress shirts. I don't care what the brand is, they are just not selling. This is Bay Leaf. It's a woman's skirt. Really cute. Let me show you the brand on the back. Really cute skirt. And this is a large, I think. So that should do well. Okay, this is a brand that I try to stay away from, and I had to talk myself into getting it. Not crazy about Top Man and Top Shop. It's, I know it's big overseas in Europe, but you know, I just don't see it here. I don't think they have any stores in the United States. Okay, this is called Muscle Fit. I said, okay, well, I will take a chance and see what happens with this. I might be able to consign this also, but it's just not one of those brands that sells for me. I had one, I think it was Top Shop, many, many years ago, and it just never did anything, so I had to consign it. All right, this is Fabletics. I'm not going to show you the whole pants, but these are their pants. I think they're men's pants. Fabletics. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And in the bag, what do we have here? I think this is Untuck It. This is Untuck It. No, this is Banana Republic again. Surprise, surprise. She was giving me a lot of Banana Republic, but you know, I appreciate it, but I'm just, You know, Banana Republic, I have a lot right now. I have a couple of sweaters, and I think I have a couple of shirts. And it's a slow seller for me. And I know it's a good brand. I know men like this brand and women like the brand, but it just doesn't sell fast enough for me. So a lot of this is going to be long tail. I'm going to be sitting with it for a while. And I got to go out tomorrow to another thrift store. Okay, here we go with Gap. And I swore I would never buy another Gap. But for $2, I said, okay, I'll take a chance. You know, Gap is opening up stores in Chicago. And like they've got a store downtown. I think they've got 2 downtown opening. And there's one in my neighborhood that's opening. They're almost finished with it. So on the one hand, it looks as though Gap is having a resurgence. But when I take Gap to the consigners, they don't want it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the style, the brand. You know, a lot of times they'll tell me that the brand just doesn't sell. Well, this is supposed to be, you know, like one of the better brands, and the young kids like it. You know, the college kids like it. So I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so we have Madewell back here. This is another iffy brand for me. I had a Madewell a while back, and it sat for a long time. So I'm not sure it has the value that it once had. I know it was a hot name at one time. In fact, a lot of these brands were hot names, you know, in the younger crowd, and some of the older crowd bought it, bought the brand, bought the styles with the brand, and they just kind of died down. And now some of them are making a resurgence. This is RHONE. This is one of the brands she gave to me and told me that, you know, it's a good brand to sell. Okay, this is a RHONE shirt. Never heard of it. Nice shirt, polyester. I said, okay. All right, so that's it. I hope to go out tomorrow or the following day. I've got a lot. This is going to take probably the rest of the week to list it, price it, you know, the whole 9 yards with reselling. But I was glad I went to Out of the Closet. I love their $2 bins. And they do sell other things besides clothing. They're like a Salvation Army. So anyhow, that's all I have to say. I think I've talked long enough. And if you guys would give me a like, it would help with the algorithm. I'm just repeating what other resellers say because I don't know what the heck the algorithm is or what it does. But if you give me a like, it helps with the algorithm. My links are below. And again, if you go to my channel, I have a lot of what's sold online videos that you can watch. Okay, thank you again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.